is not just the BJP. Even other parties had questioned why did the DMK government and such a big issue. And the lamp was to be lit on a particular day. That was Kartigai. Kartigai is a very essential Tamil festival where lamps are lit at different places, including at homes. Now, it was for that particular day, the court had simply said, allow 5 people to go and lit the lamp and come down. No crowds, nothing. Nothing to tamper with that area. But DMK decided that this is an issue where they can show that they are more pro-minorities than the Tamil Vetri Kazhagam or Vijay. That is why we should, of course, Vijay...
The court is also laying out terms and conditions now. So following, the court making it amply clear that temple Devasnam must light the lamp at Deepathon. It says ASI can impose conditions to preserve the monument. No public allowed to accompany temple Devasnam for lighting of the lamp at Deepathon. District collector shall also supervise the event. So all possible steps are being taken, Mr. Iyer, to ensure that the law and order situation remains in check, that there are no sort of tensions that flare up, given this verdict as well. We're looking at some of the bits and pieces of TNC that's already being spoken of by the court.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, for sake of this order, DMK wanted to impeach the judge. And then the DMK in its impeachment motion also imputed motives to the judge, saying that since he belongs to a particular community, he is paying lawyers of a particular committee. I mean, this is the height of, I would say, contempt of the judge and the judiciary. And DMK will have to bear the burden of this judgment, because this is unnecessarily made an issue. But there was nothing to be done. At no stage did the state government try to bring the both communities together. Pullara was just suggesting that there could have been peace talks. The Tamil Nadu government made no efforts, because there is a feeling that DMK wanted to use this issue in the sense that, because their worry is, I'll be very clear, their worry is with the rise of TVK, the actor Vijay's party, they feared that the core vote base could shift.
So Mr. Pullara, you may go on to say that this issue has not been turned political by the DMK, but there is a political story to it, and to the point that the DMK had been making on how, and the argument that DMK had presented in the court in challenging the single bench judgment was that this may trigger religious tensions. Now the High Court says that apprehensions of public peace disturbance is nothing but an imaginary ghost created conveniently, which creates mistrust between communities, Mr. Rao.
Well, absolutely. Every state government must take law and order as its first priority, whether it's the BJP government in Uttar Pradesh or the DMK government here.
But that concern has been turned down by the High Court, sir.
They decide. High Court, as I said just 10 minutes ago, this decision is expected. The High Court bench is not going to against their own judge. They expect it. Now they'll go to Supreme Court. Whether the political parties win or lose, they'll say, we fought for you. That's being done everywhere. That's being done everywhere. Every temple, every mosque, they're doing it. Somebody will raise the banner as if they are protector of the faith. They're doing it. What have I said? I said, was it correct to have this triumphal view? We won. And then the way kind of noise they made in the first 2 days was not correct. Those lawyers who won the case, they wanted naturally, let me be a little harsh. They wanted publicity. They could have let it go. They could have done it softly. It's one of the 80,000 or something they didn't do. My contention is, although people say, oh, they've gone to impeach the judge. More and more in this country, even the judiciary will come under strain. Believe me, in the days to come, everybody will try to do it.
Well, the Madurai bench, Mr. Pullara, has criticized the state government and the Madurai district administration for citing possible disturbance to peace as a reason for opposing Justice Swaminathan's order. Now, you're saying that the bench will not go against their own, but the fact remains that they have criticized what the DMK anticipated and not had happened as yet. Purnima continues to stay on with us. Madurai bench upholding the single judge order regarding lighting of the Deepam on the Deepathon. Quickly break down the key takeaways for us, the key takeaways shared by Ananya Bhatnagar, who's reporting from the High Court for us. Purnima.
Well, it's a setback for the Tamil Nadu government, as the Madurai bench has now given a go-ahead for the temple authorities to light the Deepam at the Deepathoon. Goes on to criticize the state government and the Madurai district administration for citing that it will disturb the peace if the Deepam is lit at the Deepathoon, and that it's only imaginary. These are just apprehensions and these are imaginary, and they've criticized the Tamil Nadu government and the Madurai district administration over this. A setback for the DMK, but now we'll have to wait and see how the Tamil Nadu government now, what steps the Tamil Nadu government will now take, and what are the legal routes that they will mull over. That we will get to know in the next 1 or 2 hours. But at the moment, this is the piece of breaking news that the Deepam can be lit at the Deepathoon.
Mr. Iyer, the DMK is possibly going to weigh in on all its legal options, and that was cited a short while ago by Mr. Pullarao as well. Do you see no end to this? The DMK not really willing to let go, because like you and I were discussing, that this is election year in Tamil Nadu and everything is at stake. Everything means business.
No, I think they had hyped it too much. I think better counsel will prevail. I don't think they will go to the Supreme Court on this.
Okay.
Because, taking this issue further will only cause more damage to the DMK on this issue, because this is an unnecessary issue. It was all started, see, the original problem of animal sacrifices being performed there, which was a matter of deep agony for many Hindu devotees, that was put to stop by Madras High Court. So the issue had stopped. It was question of a lighting a lamp on a particular day. That was on Kartikeya. That's a particular day, Kartik Purnima. And if they had allowed it, nothing would have happened. But what happened, Christina, not only did they not implement the court order, they asked the executive officer of the temple to light the lamp at another location, which they said was the place it was always lit. Now, executive officer of the temple management board is not performing as a devotee. So this hurt the sentiments. There were, recently an incident in Madurai where somebody even committed suicide. Set himself on fire on this particular issue. So who is hyping it for what purposes? I expect better counsel to prevail and political wisdom to prevail, and I am sure Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin will not like to push this issue further.
Mr. Pullarao, I will come back to you in just a bit. Mr. Iyer, stay on with us. Ananya Bhatnagar joins us with all the legal updates. Ananya, break this down for us. It's a big setback for the DMK. The High Court has criticized the state government, the Madurai district administration for citing possible disturbance to peace as a reason for opposing the earlier single judge order.
Well, absolutely. In fact, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court has given out its verdict. It's a division bench that has given out its verdict that the lighting of the lamp at the Deepathoon is something that must be done, and this is exactly what the line of the Madras High Court has been. What is very, very important is that no public would be allowed while the lighting of this particular lamp. It is to be done by the temple administration, and the temple administration must light the lamp, is what the tune and tone that is coming in from the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. Not only that, it is also asked the ASI to see as to whether this monument is to be taken into their own custody, and that is exactly what the Madurai bench has gone on to say. But a very, very clear setback for the DMK government, because the court has called their petition, their submission with regards to the disturbance of peace and tranquility in the area as being nothing more than a sham.
Okay, nothing more than a sham. I do want to quickly go across to Vivek Narayan, who joins us with more. Vivek, how do you look at this? We've seen a lot of political back and forth the last so many days, essentially December 2025. This is one headline that's come in on a daily basis from Tamil Nadu. For now, seems to have taken a backseat with this setback coming in for the DMK, it seems. Any legal options you sense the DMK already weighing in on?
Well, they will be looking at further options. They will not take it lying down clearly, because it is not just a law and order situation, as the court said. It's also a political thing for the DMK. But as the court very clearly said, the Deepa Tuna or the Deepa Stamba stands in a location which belongs to the temple administration. Now, that was one big debate which was on for quite some time. Some were saying that this is just a survey stone. Some said this is a Jain structure, this is not Hindu. and it does not belong within the temple premises. So that issue has been ruled out.
Yeah.
The court, the two-member judge, have very clearly said that what G.R. Swaminathan said is right. The Deepa Tuna or the Deepa Stamba, the pillar is inside the temple premises, and the lamp should be lit there as per the tradition, is what the court says. So the argument that this could lead to a law and order situation does not hold water, is what the courts have said. The courts have said it's the onus is on the state government to ensure that there is no law and order situation. It is your duty to ensure there is no law and order situation. It is your duty to make sure that the lamp is lit as per the court order. Now, they have restricted the number of people who will go up to the Deepatona. There'll be only a number of people who can be allowed to go. And the court has very clearly said that the central agency, the central paramilitary forces will have to ensure, will have to help the state government in maintenance of law and order at that location.
So the court essentially signaling, Vivek, that there's no room, space for preempting any kind of a law and order situation. Mr. Pulara wants to come in. Yes, sir, go ahead.
I have one point. This was supposed to have been done in November, Kartik Mas. Now it's past. Well, the court can't take the calendar back. It's now future, maybe for next year. I don't know how they're going to resolve this issue. Whether they'll say, no, you won't light the lamp. The issue is passé, perhaps for the next year. So that we have to keep in mind. The court may condemn, the court may chastise, the court may not chastise. But the date is over. And the Supreme Court, don't forget, didn't give a stay that day. The Supreme Courts of any country always take time. They want to see how the issue plays out and whether the issue, time will resolve the issue. Remember that. Now, the Supreme Court's job is very easy. They may say yes or no, but they can't bring back November into the calendar. So let's hope better things work out, maybe next year.
Okay, maybe next year. Vivek, yes, you were making a point. Go ahead.
No, I was saying also the other issue where at the Sikandar Dargah, where there is animal sacrifice going on, which used to happen at least, it has been very clearly said by the court that that will not be disallowed. That will be disallowed. That will not be happening. As I said, the law and order is something the state government has to take care. You cannot go with the excuse that there is a law and order situation, so we cannot let people go, irrespective of what the courts have said. We cannot let this event happen because the onus again is on the district collector. The court has said this district collector has to ensure that the law and order is taken care of, and the faithful, the people who have been selected for this event, a few people, 50 people will be allowed to go in. They will be escorted in and out. Now, many people, even within the ruling dispensation in Tamil Nadu, said there was no need to escalate it this much. The same thing is what G.R. Swaminathan, Honorable Judge, had already said. That just had to be implemented. A few dozen people had to be taken up, the lamp to be lit ritualistically. Let the case go on as a proceedings. But as of now, Justice J.R. Swaminathan's orders have been backed by the two-member judge.